Is having fine hair really genetic? In today's video, we're going to get into the science of having fine hair, differences between having genetically fine hair and having non-genetic factors contribute to you having fine hair. And this is good news because if your hair is genetically not fine, but it is fine right now and you start taking care of it, with time you get your coarse hair back. And in case you do not understand what I mean by fine hair, I'm talking about your individual strand thickness, not how much hair is on your head, which is density. If you want more explanation on that, I'm going to link a video where I went in depth on if your hair is thin, thick, fine, coarse, and all that. Okay, I'm going to link that up in the cards. This video is going to be quite long because I'm going to be discussing science, right? But bear with me because once you find out if your hair is actually genetically fine or if it is not genetically fine, but because of certain factors your hair became fine, it can be reversed if it is not too late. If your follicles are not scarred, it can be reversed. Okay, so what does it mean to have genetically fine hair? Simple science is this: if you have a large follicle, your hair will be coarse. But if you have a small follicle, your hair will be fine. The follicle size determines the thickness of hair that comes out. And so, what are some differences between genetically fine hair and hair that is genetically not fine, but because of so many factors, it became fine? The first thing is, if your hair is genetically not fine, certain areas of your hair might, like for example, the front of your hair might have a finer hair strand thickness, while the back of your head might have a thicker hair strand thickness. Then here might have a thicker hair, like it's going to be scattered in a sense, right? Whereas if your hair is genetically fine, it is going to be even all over your head. Another sign that your hair is genetically fine is that you do not experience excessive shedding of hair. Whereas if your hair is not genetically fine, then you might experience excessive shedding of hair. Okay. Another sign that your hair is genetically fine is that your family members might have fine hair as well, although they may not know. They will have fine hair as well. Whereas if your hair is not genetically fine, you might be the only one with fine hair at home. But because we are black, most of us, right, don't take care of our hair. So maybe all of you in your family might have fine hair, but that is because of non-genetic reasons. Okay, another way to know if your hair is genetically fine is if your hair has always been fine. For example, when you look at your childhood pictures or the experiences you had as a child, right, how was your hair feeling that time, if you can remember? For me, for example, I know that I've been getting relaxers done from when I was a kid. So my relaxers tend to cause a lot more breakage than my sister. My sister has coarse hair, so her hair is a lot more able to like handle chemicals, heat, and all that. But my own was never able to do that. So it has always been like that since I was a kid. So that's how I know that genetically I have fine hair. And then the last and the most reliable difference between having genetically fine hair and not having genetically fine hair is by doing lab tests. Okay, check your ferritin level, check your vitamin D level, check your zinc level, check your protein level. Like, do a general lab check, because if you have low iron, low zinc levels, low selenium levels, low protein levels, low vitamin D levels, your hair, your follicles is not going to like produce thick strands, even though your follicle might be big. Okay, so if your follicle is big, it's you are supposed to have coarse hair. But if you lack all of these vitamins and minerals, your hair is not going to grow the way that it's supposed to. It is called miniaturization, which means that it's becoming smaller or miniature, right? So the most reliable way is to actually go and do your blood levels, to check your blood levels. It is even known that black women or black people in general tend to have low vitamin D levels. We also tend to have low iron levels as women. So imagine these things already, right? And your hair might not actually come to the fullness of its potential if your iron levels and your vitamin D levels and other vitamins are lacking. Now, so if you have genetically fine hair, your lab test will be normal. However, if you do not have genetically fine hair, your lab test will be abnormal. It will be low levels of everything. Okay, So now the last thing that's piggybacking on this previous difference is if you have other signs of having deficiency. So the sign of low iron deficiency or low vitamin D deficiency is fatigue, tiredness, immune system is not as strong. There are other signs of these things. So you have to really make sure that you are checking your blood levels and that you are having a great diet. Our diet is so important. So now that we're done with these differences, this means that if you have genetically fine hair, there is nothing you can do. Okay, I believe that I have genetically fine hair because my hair has always been like this. So there is nothing I can do to make my hair coarse. But there are actually many people who feel like they have fine hair, but really their follicle has much more potential. So what are the causes of having non-genetically fine hair? The first cause we've already discussed, right? Having low iron level, low zinc level, and all that. And all that can be rectified by, first of all, checking your blood tests, visiting a trichologist or your dermatologist, right? Visit your doctor, let them, put you on supplements, teach you more about diet, right? So diet is the next reason. Having a poor diet, not eating enough, eating too much of the wrong things, too much of fried foods, fatty foods, no vegetables, no fruits, no colors on your plates, right? I heard this from one dietitian that I follow, and she said the more colors are on your plate, the more balanced your diet is. Now, another one that is one of the most common reasons why Black women tend to have fine hair is inflammation, right? And what is the most common cause of inflammation? Traction alopecia, doing them braids. And now I'm not against all of these hairstyles. You have seen me on my channel do it like once or twice, but it is the frequency and the tension in doing them. So doing them very often is not very good for your scalp, because your scalp needs to breathe. It needs to be felt with your hands with water so that it can be massaged properly, blood will flow there more, etc. etc. It's not always being stressed, right? And aside being stressed by just doing braids alone, we also have the fact that you are doing braids tightly, so it is causing more and more inflammation to your scalp. Inflammation causes your follicles to get smaller and smaller, hence producing more fine hair. So you can see that sometimes having fine hair is really not about genetics, honestly speaking. There are people who do have fine hair just because their follicles are small, but there are some people who have large follicles, or who used to have large follicles, genetically speaking, right? But because of what they've been doing over the years, their follicles got smaller and smaller, and then they are seeing that their partings are getting larger and larger. So genetics plays a role, but really what we do with our hair plays a even more significant role, if I'm being honest, right? I'm doing this video today because I know that I speak a lot about fine natural on my channel, but there are people who are just coming into their hair growth journeys and they have never taken care of their hair before. So right now their hair is fine, but that does not mean their hair will always be fine, because the more they take care of their hair and mitigate all of these things, right? Their diet is good, their iron level is increasing, they are not causing traction alopecia to their scalps, they are not doing all of these things, their follicles will begin to get themselves back. With genetics, your genetics will always come back because your cells are always turning over. Like once a cell dies, another cell replaces it. So if your follicle is small right now, it can get bigger with time, because that is what your genetics want. But what you are doing with your follicles is what will determine if they will stay small or if they will get bigger with time, the way it used to be when you were a child. Okay, I hope this video helped to clear out some air on if your hair is actually fine because of your genetics, or if your hair is fine because of things that you are doing knowingly or unknowingly to your scalp, to your follicles. Make sure to take care of your hair like a wet tissue at all times. So if your hair is fine right now, but that is not your genetic disposition, your hair can begin to get coarse once you treat it like a wet tissue. And if your hair is fine genetically, once you treat it like a wet tissue, it will begin to thrive more. And if you still don't understand the terminologies I'm using, there's a video in my description box, and I've already linked it before, discussing if your hair is thin or fine, and also have a fine natural hair playlist linked above. So, do you think you have genetically fine hair, or do you think your hair is actually not genetically fine and you want to find out more about your hair? All right, girl. Bye.